Hello, happy Monday. We are here to discover our intention for the week through mindful journaling. And if it's your first time here, I'm delighted that you're joining me. Thank you so much. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. We're going to be journaling using a method of mindful journaling that I've been doing for a couple decades at least. So my name is Catherine Chestnut, and I am a mindfulness and meditation teacher and coach. And this is a form of mindful journaling that I was taught from my mentor, Sue Myers, the late Sue Myers. And she was probably the most influential person in my spiritual and mindfulness journey. She was an amazing person. And this form of mindful journaling is going to seem a little crazy to you at first, but just go on the journey with me. Trust me, because I thought it was nuts as well when I first started doing it, but discovered quickly that it really got to the core and the root of the information that I needed to know in order to live my life in a place of authenticity. So before we get started, let's get comfortable in our chairs. Make sure that you've got a journal and a pen handy. And if you have a watch on, I want you to take that watch off. And we are going to be doing just a little bit of breath work, just to get a little bit more grounded and right in the moment. Put your feet flat on the ground, because you want the energy to flow through, which is also why we take our watches off, because we don't want anything to impede the energy, our energy, and the energy of the universe to be flowing through us while we are journaling. Okay, so let's just take a few deep breaths to get connected. I like to close my eyes when I'm doing breath work just because it helps me to focus more inwards. But you can keep your eyes open or gaze softly downward, whatever works best for you. All right, so let's breathe in. And let's hold for a few seconds here, holding and release. And we're breathing in again. And I'm breathing in acceptance and flow and releasing distractions. And I'm breathing in one more time. And release. All right. I don't know about you. I always feel better when I do that, just because, by the time I get here on Monday mornings, I've been up since 6 and taking care of stuff. And I always start my Monday mornings with some breath work and a meditation, and I do my own journaling on this, whatever topic it's going to be, before I come here. But then I come to the office and I'm working and I'm running around and I'm doing stuff. And then it's time to come here to you. And I need that grounding again, just to bring myself back into myself more fully. Okay. So every Monday, like I said, I get up, I do my own prep work, I do some tapping, some meditation, and then I ask the question, what is it that what tool do I want to use to prompt and that's you and me, prompt our writing to discover our intention for the week. And I find that I get that in a number of different ways. I've got books, I've got Oracle decks. This is a new one that I got from my friend Summer. This was not the one that was calling to me this morning, though. The one that was calling to me was my own book, Inner Affirmation Inspirations. And yeah, it's everything that's in here, every affirmation that's in here is one that I wrote myself from my own mindful journaling. Somebody was asking me that last week, so I felt like that was important to point out. There are 365 in here, and the one that popped up for me today was number 11. And I'm just going to read it to you, and you just listen and be in the moment while you're listening, and let yourself feel whatever comes up for you while you are listening. I allow myself to feel the truth in each moment. When you allow yourself to fully feel and experience each moment, you open yourself up to a deeper level of self-awareness and understanding. Tune into your emotions and intuition and uncover the truth about yourself and your life. Feeling the truth in each moment gives you the power to make decisions and take actions that are aligned with your greatest good. I don't know about you, but when I read this, this is just a reminder to me that to be present, to be mindful, to be in each moment as best I can. And can we be mindful in every minute of every moment? No. But we can practice being more mindful. And by doing that, it gives us this tremendous power. We are very powerful beings. We don't always know it because we don't always feel and accept our power. But the power that we have is by feeling into the moment. What is going on? And I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I felt like I had to not feel. I was told, society tells us this, that our emotions are emotions and not to be trusted, but our logic is to be trusted. And for many years, I really struggled with that because I would feel something wasn't right. My logical brain would try and parse through it and make sense that, oh, yes, it is. But then it would end up not being right to begin with, so I should have paid attention. That's called intuition. Yeah. So for our journaling, what we will be doing is journaling with our non-dominant hand. Yes, I know you heard me right. Non-dominant hand, meaning I'm left-handed. I journal with my right hand, not my left. And what that looks like is like this. Yes, it looks a little crazy. I'll show you some more examples. Here's some more. Sometimes it gets really big and loopy for me. That's okay. Sometimes I can't read it. Sometimes I can't. Most of the time I can. But it's sometimes a little hard to read. And I know you're thinking, why would I do that when I can barely read it? It's really hard. I'm slow at it. We're doing that because This is another form of mindfulness. It is another way to practice mindfulness and be in the moment and to trust what is going on and to actually listen in a different way than what you might be used to. All right. So the first thing I want you to do is to write the date, like you see right here, write the date. And you can see I've done that with my non-dominant hand. It looks a little messy. That's okay. And then you're going to write your journaling prompt, which I am about to give you. Your journaling prompt for today, hold on, keeping the book open. Hang on. I'm going to type this in the chat too. So you've got it there, is how can I use the truth of the moment to guide my actions and decisions moving forward? How can I use the truth of the moment to guide my actions and decisions moving forward? The truth of the moment. This is what we're trying to do, is to be very clear in our truth. So what you're going to do, like I said, is write the date, then you're going to write the prompt, and then you're going to start journaling. Sometimes they're just words. Here's some other examples. Sometimes they're phrases. Sometimes they're full sentences. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter if you end up writing what answer is to the question, because you might end up writing something completely unrelated, but what you're writing is exactly right and perfect for you in this moment. Now I'm going to play some music for a few minutes and we are going to journal, and then we'll come back and we'll share what came up for us. And if you have any questions while we're journaling, just put them into the chat and I will be glad to answer them. Here we go. right. Okay. So, what came up for you while you were journaling? What was it that was, I don't know, calling out to you while you were journaling just now? Mine was pretty short, and you can see here it says pause, feel, know, decide. And it was very short and sweet. I didn't have anything else to write. That was it this morning when I was doing that. But the important thing for me was the pause and the feel. The start, you have to start with the pause, because how many times do we not pause to feel what's going on around a decision? So that's what came up for me. So, what came up for you? You can put that in the comments. But the important thing to know is that whatever you wrote is right and perfect for you. And what you wrote is going to be completely different from what I wrote. Now, what I want you to do is look at what you wrote, and then I want you to write it down with your dominant hand so you can read it on a piece of paper, a small piece of paper. Now, I've been known to use, a scrap out of a magazine or a hotel notebook or what have you, because I don't always have something to write on. But I want you to write it on a small piece of paper like this. And you can see what I've done. I've written, this is my intention for the week. This is my, I like to call them inner affirmations, because this came from me and this is my intention for the week. Now, sometimes I write a lot more, and that's okay, but I always just pick one thing from my writing and make that my intention. And then I take this and I put it in my pocket and I carry it around me with me for the rest of the week. So when I touch that piece of paper, sometimes I have to pull it out and read it. Sometimes I don't. That's okay. But either way, it's there when I need it, and I need to be reminded of what my intention is for the week. And I always get that reminder exactly when I need it. If you have any comments or you want to share what your intention is in the comments, put them in there. I can't wait to see them. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always ask me and I will be happy to answer them. Have a lovely week.